Here's a brief description of the Chaffee County cell phone coverage map. At first glance, I've mapped out the 10 or so cell phone towers in the county. And then if you click on any individual tower, the icon, it comes up with certain information like the unit name, which is blank in some cases, the elevation meters, their provider, which is Verizon or AT&T in some cases, and then a little description and just a geographical name to connect to some other information that I'll show you later. And lastly, it's the height in meters again, and some of these I couldn't get the height information from FCC, so I've just used -1 as a kind of default marker. And then kind of hidden behind the scenes, if you click on content and you click on any of these layers to set the visibility, you get this kind of green splash just showing the coverage from that tower. And this works with any of the different layers. So I imagine kind of two different use cases for this map. So one is, imagine we have a group of 10 that have gone missing. They climb Mount Princeton, and then we haven't heard anything from them. Radio silence. Now, with a group of 10 people, it's probably fairly safe to assume that they have a good amount of working cell phones on them. So we can just start turning on the coverage layers, the Mount Princeton area. So there's the Princeton Tower on that kind of southeast flank, and there's Bald Mountain to the north, and maybe Sar Bay that covers the mountain as well. So if we zoom in, we notice there's pretty good coverage in the area. Like this is Maxwell Gulch. That's got a decent coverage. This is kind of where the Standard Trail goes. That's got decent coverage. So almost by the process of elimination, we can assume, or we should send a team to this drainage right here, where there is no cell phone coverage, which I guess is the Cascade Canyon drainage. A second use case that I imagine is if we're getting a call from someone on one of our 14ers, but the location data that E911 is giving us is suspect or is jumping all over the place. And this could be the case with a flip phone, for example. So we had one example like that in Columbia. So say we know he's connecting to the Jump and Go Dairy Tower, and he's calling us as he's hiking down into the, towards some lights. Now we can guess that he's in one of these two drainages. He's maybe in the French Man Creek drainage, or maybe he's in the Three Elks drainage. Now, since we know that he's talking to us, we can thus assume he's probably in this Three Elk drainage, and that's probably where we should send the hasty team. Again, this is just a brief demonstration of the capabilities and a little bit crude at the moment, and definitely suggestions are welcome.